All right, we're diving straight into a tactical breakdown of what our source material calls the single most devastating operational leak of the decade. This is all about the 2026 incident that blew the cover on a top-secret American drone and the secret war it's apparently fighting. Okay, let's get into it. And this one sentence, right here from the source document, this is the key that unlocks the entire story. It points to a massive cover-up, something hiding in plain sight that's way more advanced and way more important than anyone was ever supposed to know about. So, how did this whole thing start? Well, it all kicked off with a catastrophic failure and a very, very public emergency landing. This is the story of the Lady of Larissa. Okay, so picture this. March 2026. Something goes very wrong. A top-secret American aircraft, a stealthy flying wing drone, has a critical failure right over Europe. According to our source, its onboard AI had to make a choice, and it executed an emergency landing at the closest suitable Allied base, Larissa Air Base in Greece. Well, the press, of course, they see this bizarre futuristic craft sitting on the tarmac, and they give it a name that sticks, the Lady of Larissa. Just like that, the crown jewel was out in the open. Now, an accident is one thing, but the sources we have claim this was a leak that exposed a much bigger strategy. And to understand why this drone was even there in the first place, you have to look at the logistical fingerprint. You have to follow the money. And believe me, the money trail here is huge. Starting back in 2018, the U.S. Air Force poured tens of millions, our source suggests it's over $50 million in military construction funds into this one specific airbase in Greece. So the question becomes, why? And this is where the official story just completely falls apart. See, the public line was that all these expensive upgrades were just to support standard, run-of-the-mill MQ-9 Reaper drones. But the physical evidence on the ground tells a totally different story. You don't build massive, climate-controlled, high-security clamshell hangars and extend runways for a Reaper. No way. You build that kind of next-level infrastructure for a high-performance, top-tier asset. So what was this asset? Well, the source material is crystal clear on this. The Lady of Larissa was the public exposure of a craft known in classified circles as the RQ-180 Whitebat. Now, the RQ-180 isn't just another drone. Not even close. It's described as the absolute crown jewel of America's autonomous fleet. Developed in total secrecy by Northrop Grumman, it's a long-range penetrating stealth aircraft, which means it's designed to go places nothing else can and to do it completely unseen.
Just look at these specs. They are absolutely staggering. We're talking about a 130-foot wingspan, a range of 14,000 miles, and what the source calls superior all-aspects stealth. You know what that means? It's designed to be invisible to radar from every single angle, even the advanced low-frequency systems that are supposed to be able to spot older stealth tech. But the real game changer here is the control system. It's described as being powered by an onboard quantum AI, which means this thing is fully autonomous. It's making its own complex decisions on missions that can last for 24 hours. So the key takeaway here is that this isn't just a spy plane. It's a penetrating weapon system designed to operate all on its own, deep inside hostile airspace.
And all those capabilities? Well, they bring us to the absolute heart of this story. This is where we pivot from the what to the why. A source document, which is titled the Gnostic Indictment, argues that this whole incident wasn't just a leak. It was proof of a war that's already being fought in the shadows. This is the multi-million-dollar question, isn't it? Larissa Air Base isn't just some random spot on a map. It sits right on the strategic edge of two of the world's most contested regions. So why on earth would the U.S. risk its most advanced, most secret drone right there? According to the indictment, the answer is simple, and it's pretty chilling. They weren't just risking it, they were using it. The incident wasn't some test flight gone wrong. No. It's presented as forensic proof that the RQ-180 is an active, operational platform, and it's conducting real-world, deep penetration missions over the Mediterranean and the Black Sea. Right now. And this quote, it just perfectly illustrates the larger context here. The source argues this isn't about tanks and soldiers anymore. It suggests a new kind of silent conflict, one being fought with next-generation tech, with algorithms and with AI, a war for control of the quantum spectrum. So, if the RQ-180 is an active player in this new Cold War, what exactly is its mission? Well, the source describes its role as the AI quarterback, or the swarm commander. So, here's the mission breakdown. First, it uses its advanced stealth to penetrate the most heavily defended airspace on the planet. Once it's inside, its AI acts like a quarterback, autonomously commanding these huge swarms of smaller, cheaper drones to just overwhelm the enemy. At the very same time, it's deploying its own electronic weapons to blind radar systems and fry the grid. So get this. It's not just gathering intel, it's actively preparing the battlefield, clearing a digital path for the next wave of aircraft, like the new B-21 bomber.
And that right there, that's the chilling takeaway from this entire indictment. The battlefield of 2026, as described in these documents, is one where the human pilot is almost completely out of the picture. High-stakes global conflicts are being managed by the silent, cold algorithmic precision of artificial intelligence.
The Lady of Larissa incident, according to our source, was an accident, a mistake that gave us a rare glimpse behind the curtain. It didn't just reveal a secret drone, it revealed an entirely new way of fighting a war. And that leaves us with one last unsettling question. If a $50 million secret drone hub was hiding in plain sight, what else is?